So what's behind this huge drop?
Well, sales have been declining for 6 straight quarters, so there just hasn't been that appetite to buy for over a year. Listings keep piling on the market. I think part of the problem is what you're seeing across the New York region. You're seeing people concerned about overpaying after a run-up in prices, and you're also seeing concern about the federal tax law. It's still weighing on people when they're buying pricey homes, and they realize they can't deduct the high taxes or all of them. It makes you kind of hesitate about paying a certain price. And
to what extent did foreign buyers ever play a role in this market, and is their retreat also part of this story?
It's always in the New York region. It's always part of the story. There have been foreign buyers in the last few years. A lot of them have bought some of the higher end properties. I think what you're seeing higher end is definitely having an issue right now, but the issue is really across the board. So I think they play a role, but not in the same way as they do in Manhattan.
And we're headed towards perhaps the Fed cutting rates. Does that make a difference in such a high-end market?
It does on some level. I mean, I look at Manhattan, for instance, where 50% of the purchases tend to be in cash. There's quite a few cash purchases in the Hamptons, but it always helps. I mean, you look at if you're concerned about pricing and you see that the rates are low, you say, well, that at least lowers my carrying cost a bit. So if you look at the decline was 1% in decline in sales, which is the smallest decline. They've had double-digit declines a year ago or even a few quarters ago. So if the decline is lessened, that probably means that people are getting motivated by lower rates.
Is there a hot new vacation spot that is getting the benefit of the perhaps decline in the Hamptons?
In the New York region, I don't know. New York region, the Hamptons is the vacation spot we watch. That's kind of the gauge we use for sort of the attitudes and health of Wall Street. So that's usually the one I watch. Outside of New York, not something we monitor, but Hamptons is usually a good proxy for how Wall Street is feeling.